be 50 degrees, but technically it's winter, so I'm gonna do a what did I accomplish today video. And the short answer is not dishes. You can see the greener parts of this. I got some more chives out. The older ones are more brown like this, so each of those pots has quite a few more chives, because, oh my goodness. I didn't really make any progress here, but I do feel like this is doing pretty good. And this channel, it's nice because I actually can walk on it very stably. They don't tip or anything, but it is letting me have the water run between, so hoping to continue that the whole way down. The snowdrops, though it's only like the end of February, the snowdrops are popping up. Some of the chives came up from here. There's still some little bits here and there coming up in where I dug them out. And like everything under there is going to be chives once it comes up, just like this. And probably this whole section too, so pounds and pounds of muddy chives. Lovely. Got some popping up here. Didn't really do anything on this side, but we may as well. See, there's still snow on the ground. But it's also raining-ish all day. Take a look at what the view is. This will also give you a decent idea of the weather. The neat thing up here is that no matter, that's my neighbor's shed, no matter how bad the weather gets, it's still beautiful up here. So there's all of that. We're going to walk down and see another thing I did. We're walking past the snowdrifts that were from the plow that did not melt today, but I did use them to wash off my gloves, which is amusing. There's this 2 and 2 get the mud off of my boots by walking through the snowdrifts, because why not? Interestingly, my trench had gotten really shallow, like I guess it's been getting landslides or something, and so I dug it back in again. I think I'm going to have to figure out how to stabilize the edges. I do want to end up planting cattails in here, but as you can see, it's been doing the overflow and go down the road, but it just packs up along. There is a spot in the middle of the road where once it gets down here, it seems to go under and come up there. But it's not a big current of water going across diagonally my intersection anymore, so that's good. This is working. Put a couple new bricks in there. They'll get covered over. Like, I was all fussed about whether or not it would look natural, the rocks I was putting in there, but truth of the matter is it's going to get covered over by leaves every winter, and you're not even going to see the bricks or whatever. So I do still pretty much want to dig up all of this thicket type of, like a precursor to the jostaberry stuff. Here's all the mud I pulled up out of here to make it deeper again and reduce the runoff. And then I had to do that sad thing I've been talking about. It seemed like the right time of year to do it. I hope I'm not wrong. We'll go down and see. Here's how this all looks right now. It's February 22nd or something like that, 23rd. So, yeah. That. Wait, let's focus it. Yeah. That. That's the plum tree. Focus again. That's the plum tree. And as you can see, I also decided to do some branch training much more gently this time, because I don't know if you recall, but the problem was that I over-yoked this at one point, and it tore the Y. in the branches, wide open. I have the top of the tree to show you, so we'll show you that in a moment. That's what a dormant cherry looks like. These are the 2 dormant Saskatoons. These are the earliest fruit that I have currently. This is all snowdrops. This is just so dense. Yeah, so the bulbs are starting to pop up. And the soil is softening enough that in most cases... Oh, no, that's not going to do it. Is it? Yeah. I can get the chives right out. Yeah. So, trying to get rid of these suckers because they're pretty awful. So, you saw the cut tree, and the reason why is right there. It never healed back shut, so that would just create a canker with a rotting core at the Y of the tree. So I did end up having to cut another 4 feet off of my plum, which is pretty upsetting, but hopefully everything will be okay in the long run. Because that goes all the way up to there. Yeah. So hopefully everything will be okay in the long run, and it'll be a nicely formed plum tree nonetheless. And it's certainly not, because it only goes to here. You can see the stick right here. It's certainly not going to give me a whole lot of privacy this year. Boo! So with these, what we're going to see is, let's see, from here to here, from there to there. Eventually, so this is the Joe Pye in its winter form. All of these sticks falling down. It's a native. It gets about 8 to 10 feet tall in the sun. Stays a bit shorter in the shade, and really chokes out any weeds underneath it, which is nice. I'm actually thinking to try the baby Joe Pye that they've discovered, or, I mean, they say cultivated, but I have a feeling since it's a native, it was probably like that when they found it, and they just like to say they cultivated it, because that's what I discovered was true about the Jerusalem artichokes when I looked into it. White people like to claim the work of others. Hee hee. Yes, I'm white. So, that's how that ends up looking, and I do want to end up digging that up eventually and spreading it into the hillside, because it is an incredibly strong root structure. Pretty dense shade and pretty dense, like, water shedding, so it keeps anything else from growing underneath it, which is interesting. But I do think that would be a really nice addition to my cliff. And the cherry's still alive. It keeps looking like it wants to die every year. We're working on this. I think I need to add a lot more nitrogen to the soil there too, so we'll see. We'll see how all of that goes. Yeah. So that's the garden today. February 20-something. On the early half of 20-something. I have not. Of 2019. I've not been sure of what date it is today at all. Everything's pretty dormant. We've been having wide vacillations of temperatures from -5 to 65 Fahrenheit degrees. So it's interesting, to say the least. That's the neighbor's deck, not mine. And, happy middle of winter that is not acting like winter. Bye!